Madam Deputy Speaker, and may I start by praising the member for Nuneaton for a fantastic maiden speech. I must say, with others on this side of the House, Nuneaton is seared into my memory because of its role in the 2015 general election. It's nice now to have to be able to think of such a fantastic speech when I think of Nuneaton. Madam Deputy Speaker, I want to also pay tribute to my predecessor in Chipping Barnet, the previous MP who served with much hard work and diligence over her 19 years of service. Teresa Villiers was a hard-working Member of Parliament, and I hope to follow in her footsteps in that regard. Let me also say, to begin, that just yesterday I was with the members of the East Barnet branch of the Royal British Legion, and I thought then, as we think now, of all those who've given their lives and their livelihoods over to service and to keeping our country safe. Chipping Barnet is not, as some may assume, in the Cotswolds, home to Chipping Norton and Jeremy Clarkson's farm, although we do have 14 farms in the constituency. We are, in fact, a suburb of London, part of the London Borough of Barnet, and it's the suburbs that I would like to speak on today. For it's my contention that when a political party understands the suburbs, then and only then is it able to speak on behalf and govern for the country as a whole. Let me give you just a little bit of history on Chipping Barnet. You can go back to the 1700s, and if you were a weary traveller trying to make your way out of London on the Great North Road northwards, you would find that your natural resting point for your first night's stay would be Chipping Barnet, where no fewer than 25 public houses were in existence to put you up for the night. Now I will make sure to continue to support and to patronise the pubs in Chipping Barnet during my time in office. Roll forward 200 years and you get to the extension of the Northern Line to the constituency, joining us up with the City of London proper. And I must say that with a relatively liberal planning system pre-1947, that connectivity enabled a surge of house building. Which members on this side, I'm sure, will think about when we seek to build and invest for the future. Now, Chipping Barnet, as I said, is home to wonderful farms and green spaces, and many of us locally moved to Barnet, just like myself, because we value a house with a garden, room to raise the kids, and maybe even space to park the car out the front, the aspirations of suburban life. And let me just say briefly to people of faith in the constituency, I just want to pause to say how grateful I've been for the warmth I've been received in churches and synagogues and mosques, and to say particularly to Jewish and Muslim residents that I will always stand with you against the anti-Semitism and the Islamophobia that I know has been on the rise in recent months and over the past year. Madam Deputy Speaker, it's important to do good work locally as a Member of Parliament, but it's my firm belief that we must raise our game in this House and raise our game nationally if we are to truly make a difference for our constituents. The need for change is great. Gone are the days when a child could grow up in a low-income family on free school meals, just like I did, but with the security of a social security system that was there for them and genuinely affordable social housing. You see, representing the suburbs is also about standing up for the people who can't afford to and who do not commute into town, just as much as it is about representing those who do. The aspiration is still there for a better life for their families and for their community, but that aspiration is not being met. I talk, in fact, of the deal of suburban life. People who put in so much, who spend their time stuck in traffic or on the Northern Line, who raise their kids to teach them right from wrong, who serve in their communities, who work hard, and expect that in return, government will just get some things right. We'll provide for public services that are there for you when you need them. We'll make sure that the economy is strong and growing. Now, I've seen that deal fall apart somewhat during my time before entering this House. As an economist, I worked at the Treasury for a time, then at the Resolution Foundation and the Joseph Rowntree Foundation. I saw that deal fall apart in charts and in numbers on spreadsheets. but since becoming a parliamentary candidate and now a Member of Parliament, I've heard firsthand from constituents in the suburbs about how that deal has fallen apart. I think of young people who can't afford to move out from their parents' home and own or rent in the suburbs. I think of many residents who want to buy a new car but are scared that if they do, it will get stolen and the police won't follow up. Those everyday aspirations are not being met anymore, Madam Deputy Speaker. So it is my work in this place, it's our work on this side of the House to rebuild that deal, the deal of suburbia, and to make sure that those who put in so much can get out again. And let me just finish, Madam Deputy Speaker, by saying that to residents of Chipping Barnet, whether you live, here we go, in Brunswick Park, Whetstone, Totteridge, Mill Hill East, Arkley, Edgwarebury, Underhill, or one of the many Barnets, High Barnet, East Barnet, New Barnet, or Barnet Vale, it is the honour of my life to serve you and to represent you. I will do all I can for our communities during my time in this place. Yeah.